Hi, welcome to the Gapster channel. My name is Gabby and this is a very special episode because we're going to talk about upgrading the Denafrips Ares to a higher level without spending a lot of money. The most important part about this is that you're going to be able to put any clocks you like in this Denafrips Ares and decide which clocks you think sound best for you. We are also going to compare this upgrade to other DACs. The most important part, we are going to compare it to the Denafrips Terminator. 4 DACs together so I can compare them A, B, C, and D. So here we have the Denafrips Ares 12 running on IanCanada's streamer. This is, if you haven't seen this video, you can encourage you to see it. We usually call it the D6. It's based on a pure platform. Absolutely amazing streamer. And we are also going to compare it to the B, which would be the my DAC, which is my reference DAC, the Gapster D11, also based on similar technologies by IanCanada. The third DAC is C, we call it, and this is going to be my, still working on this project, it's my Gapster TD1. It's an upcoming project that we'll be talking about it later on. And the last but not least, and the most important comparison, is going to be comparing it to the Denafrips Terminator to see how 2 DACs from by the same company could compare, one that's upgraded, not upgraded, and different clocks and how they all sound compared to the Denafrips Terminator. And from the comfort of my couch here, I'm going to be able to switch A, B, C, and D and compare all 4 DACs to each other. And also compare different clocks in the Denafrips Ares 12s that we're going to put in and see which clock will sound best. It all started when Ian sent me a message. He said, "Hey Gabby, I found a way to upgrade the Denafrips Ares by changing the clocks. I was able to remove the old clocks and I made a special board that you can put in, and now you can put in whatever clocks you want." I said, "Oh wow, sure, I would love to try it, and I don't have an Ares 12, and I said, maybe can you send me yours and I'll give it a try, and then I'll send it back to you." He said, "Sure." And soon enough, he sent me this Ares 12 with the upgrades done to it. And he gave me actually the original clocks that came with the Denafrips Ares as well, and the femto clocks and the SC Pures to compare. And this way I was able to compare the original clocks, the femto clocks, the SC Pure clocks, and I can actually throw in whatever clocks I have, like maybe you might have some silicon clocks or some Crystal clocks. So you could try whichever clocks you want. So here you can see the upgrades. You can see that there's a board in here with 2 clocks. These are the SC Pure by IanCanada. These are considered some of the best clocks out there. You can actually remove those, and now you can see the actual board that he actually installed in here. And so now you can put whatever clocks you like in here. And this is where he tapped in. You can see the wiring here. And it's very nicely done. It actually, if you didn't know, it feels like it was made like this. And so yeah, I wish actually Denafrips gave you the option to change clocks. I think that would be a great idea. Now, these are the original clocks that came with the Denafrips, and we're not talking about that whole board. It's that tiny little speck right in here. That's actually the clock that came with the Denafrips. Super tiny. So actually to tell which one is 45, which one is 49, I had to use a small magnifier. Actually, I'll put a link for this magnifier because it's kind of light and you can actually really tell those tiny writing. It comes in handy for so many things in life, and it's very cheap. And so the Denafrips comes with 2 tiny clocks, the little speck here, little speck there. These were soldered on the board, and Ian put them on a slightly bigger board with some capacitors to enhance them a little bit. And now you can actually go in and put them in. Now when you do put them in, first you want to make sure that pin number 1 goes where the dot is. Otherwise you will fry the clocks and maybe other things too. So, and you also need to make sure that the 45 megahertz clock goes on the 45 and the 49 goes on the 49. And this is when that magnifier comes in handy because that writing is super small. And one more time, make sure you do not, that pin number 1 is actually on the dot here, otherwise you can fry your clock, especially if you're using the nice expensive SC Pure clocks, you really don't want to fry those. And the dot on these is just that little thing on the metal. You can see it right in here. Ian has a very nice description how to actually take the clocks out, how to tap in to get the wiring to put the new board in. So you basically get the new board from him, and and you can do all the little wiring yourself. Or if you're really skittish and you've never done soldering in your life and you don't want to start destroying your Ares Denafrips DAC, he has a service where he'll actually do it for you for about $100, I think. You still have to ship it and ship it back, so maybe factor some more shipping depending on where you are. To get the exact way how to wire this thing, follow the instruction by Ian. He's got some nice pictures there and tells you where to tap into the board and things like that. Now the big burning question is, how does this upgrade sound in real life? And so at first I put the original clock in the RS12s, and I listened to them compared to my D11 and also compared to the Terminator. And it was good, but it was a little step back and reminded me of some of the cheap DACs that, they're good, but you're not up to that same level of the other ones. Of course, this one is about $1,000 versus the other ones are, over $7,000. So definitely there is a difference there. Then I put the femto clocks that come with the Q7 that IanCanada puts, actually, they come with it. I think this one is similar to like an silicon clocks. And right away, the sound, it changed, and to the better, of course. And it was quite a bit noticeable change. The highs weren't so rolled off, and there's a bit more imaging, more detail. Pretty much everything got better. And then I threw in the SC Pure clocks after I had them burning for a couple of days. Actually, I burned them all for a few days. And again, another step better. And now the sound differences weren't so big between the Terminator and my D11. There were some differences, but they weren't huge. So they were starting to get really close. Would I say it's as good as the Terminator? I wouldn't say that, no. It's not that close, but that's way, quite a few $1,000s more. And same with my D11, which is slightly better than the Terminator. So it wasn't to that level, but it was very close. So basically you've got the original RS12s way down here, the silicon femto clocks up here, and the SC Pure brought them till here. And now it's getting a little bit into more the multi-$1,000 DAC league. I also compared them to my upcoming DACs. I'm actually building the TD1 here, and we're going to talk about this later. This is another chapter. It'll be another video about that. So basically, if you have an RS12 and you want to upgrade it without breaking the bank, it's not so hard, especially if you are into DIY. If you're into DIY, all you have to do is buy that $50 board, do it yourself, and if you have some clocks laying around, you can actually try different clocks and see what you like best for you. If you've never done DIY, then Ian can do it for you. You're gonna have to pay for it. It's about $100, so it's not like huge. And if you want to get really good clocks, you have to get the SC Pure clocks. So now you're about $400, $500. So say $500, a bit of shipping, you're looking at out close to $550, $600, depends on where you live. And now you can, basically, you're upgrading your DAC by a couple grands more from where it is. And Ian made actually a comparison with his Hollow Spring 3. And he actually put a lot of details on how each upgrade each clock sounded. And the conclusion, I'll put a little snapshot of it, but the conclusion was that the upgrade, especially with the SC Pure, were better than the actual Hollow Spring 3. So that goes to tell you the level of sound you could expect from upgrading to that level. Now, You have to always take these things with a grain of salt. I am actually, what I have, what my ears, what my setup might be different than yours. Watching Ian's comparison is also biased because he's the one that's actually selling those boards. So you might want to take all this with a grain of salt. But I can't see you going wrong in getting the board and trying different clocks. That's so cheap and really easy to do. And pretty much any DIY person can do it. I think all in all, the conclusion is the Ares 12 is an entry-level DAC, and it shows. But by changing the clocks in it to some of the higher league clocks, it definitely transforms it to a higher league DAC. Also, if you want to improve your sound system a lot, get some good sounding music. I'm going to put a link in the corner up here, about 20 songs you can listen to. They are so well recorded, it's going to bring your system to the next level. In this corner here, I'm going to put a link on how you can build an amazing streamer so easily and power, let's say, your Denafrips Ares or whatever other DAC you might have via I2S or maybe any coaxial, or any way you want it. There's different configurations that will let you do that. I'll be a little speaker here in case you'd like to subscribe my channel and keep me going. That would really help. I hope to see you again, so take care.